a startup across Europe and India called Neuphony. And we are developing a wearable neurofeedback device which not only tracks your brain activity but also helps you understand what meditation and music therapy can really do to your brain. It helps you find the right technique for the right state of mind for your brain. So, as a part of a startup, every week we bring experts from the domain of neuroscience, psychology, mental health, and meditation from across the world to come and share their expertise, their stories, and their life journey with us. And today we have Stephen Altair, or as he calls himself, Sham, on our platform. Thank you so much, Stephen, for joining us today.
Uh, it's a great honor and love and blessings to everybody that's watching. So I hope you feel very much at home, and I'm delighted to be with you, Ria. I mean, I feel very honored. It's like a family here with
Yes.
both your business, but also, you know, the family members I've met. I've met your
Yes.
husband. I've met other people, you know, connected with your business. So it's just,
Yes.
I feel very, very honored indeed. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
truly
so
a pleasure.
much. So, about Stephen, he has more than 25 years of experience in formal training regarding mindfulness and heartful meditations. He has background in training, education, spirituality, counseling, and so many more domains that we cannot just list down in this introduction. He has written multiple books, the latest one being Diary of a Yogi, and he is the co-founder of Conscious Accelerator, Raising Our Vibration and Rewire Your Brain Coach. So, Stephen, as again, thank you for joining us today. I would like to ask our audience to feel free to share any questions in the comment section below. So now I will proceed with some questions I have prepared for this live chat. So, Stephen, the biggest challenge we face on a day-to-day basis, and specifically during the lockdown, is that we are stuck with our own thoughts. And this, a lot of people find very challenging. They feel that they either get bored too easily, or they don't like being with their thought because it's too challenging. So how can we actually enjoy this moment of peace that we get with ourselves? Because I feel that this is the, let's say, the key to living the best life. And how can we do that?
All right. Well, that's a beautiful question. I think one of the wonderful things about having time alone is that if you see it like a retreat,
Mhm.
so if you consider it that it is actually a real time to get to know not just your thoughts and feelings, but who you really are. Like if you take time out to essentially you
Mhm.
and me, everybody listening, we're nothing other than an indivisible, infinite self. We're nothing other than this timeless being that we have never spent time to actually go into. Most of the
Yes.
time, you're right, we are tied up in thoughts and feelings and perceptions because fundamentally we believe we are that. So we've been kind of fed and we've bought into an illusion
Mhm.
that we are those thoughts,
Mhm.
that we are those feelings. And yet those are arising out of a background or a ground or a field of incredible pure awareness that is filled with love and happiness and peace. So what you're talking about is exactly right. We
Yes.
actually believe we are our thoughts. So we watch the TV,
Yeah.
immediately we have a reaction, a
Yes.
thought comes up, we feel tense. We watch the American elections and we feel tense or happy, depending on depending on who we're supporting.
Mhm.
So there's this constant division of liking and disliking. So there's never really peace.
Mhm.
When we find that indivisible nature, that nature within us that is truly, truly not connected, it's beyond thought, it's
Yeah.
preconceptual. It
Yes.
then we can actually we learn how to get in touch with that,
Mhm.
and we actually find that that living is filled with peace and love and happiness. I mean, basically that's what everybody wants. We want to be in touch with that infinite nature.
Yes.
So in very simple terms, and later on I'm quite happy to guide people into a short exercise into how to get in touch with that. Because fundamentally, I think the question you're asking can only be answered by direct experience.
Yes.
So, for example, if you ask me that, I can answer it in a way of thought. But if I ask you instead to stop, most of the time we're so busy, our thoughts are running havoc. They're filled with chaos and sometimes moments of happiness, but it's all mixed up.
It's all.
But when you take time to stop and come into silence, stillness, and spaciousness, just even for a few moments, then what happens is instead of attention constantly being drawn outwards to the news, to panic, to struggle, identifying with things that are happening all around us, people's opinions, social media, and we totally have allowed our attention to move out that way constantly. So it's always moving out, moving out,
Yeah.
moving out. And yet beneath it, out of that, those thoughts and feelings and perceptions actually arise out of a pure infinite field. And we are that. And of course, conceptually, you're saying yes, yes, yes. But if I actually take you on a journey of inquiry, you'll find your mind will. So even now, I could say, what are those thoughts? Where do those thoughts arise? And I could ask you to watch the thoughts arise. You know, when you have a thought, like let me ask you a simple question in return. When you have a thought, so you're saying we've got these thoughts. Rephrase the question again. You've got these thoughts of just anxiety or
Yes.
stress,
Yes.
correct? And
Yes.
you want to know how to live with those thoughts,
Yes.
basically. That's
Exactly.
fundamentally the question you're asking.
Exactly.
Okay, so if I ask you right now
Mm-hmm.
to think of a thought that you don't need to necessarily mention it on
Yeah.
the air, but you could tell me something that you're concerned about at the moment, maybe something to do with the company, something to do with your
Yes.
family. What would be an example?
So right now it's that I used to live in Europe where I was just by myself and it was my time, my work, and my schedule. And uncertainty is something I don't deal very good with. I don't like uncertainty. And now when you live with your family, when there are so many people around you, there's always so many things happening that your schedule, what you had in mind, kind of falls apart. And when things don't fall in place, I kind of get agitated and I feel like start feeling restless. I start feeling like I'm losing control. So for me, losing control is a little slight of a problem.
Right. Right. So losing control over your schedule because
Yes.
everything's a bit okay. So if you bring up for a moment, can you think of a simple event that you could bring now into your mind, which could be a future event, perhaps?
Mm-hmm.
That's something you're concerned about or you've got some worry about. Can you
Yes.
bring that up into your mind?
Yes.
What would it be?
It
What
would
would
be
be
regarding the company. It would be regarding the sales of the company and the
okay?
production.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, the sales of the company and the production. So first of all, if you let that thought come into your mind, you can see it there a bit like a cloud, right? For a little while.
Yes. Yes.
See how long you can keep that thought there. So let it come up. And if anybody's listening, see if you can bring up a thought that you've got of anxiety. Something could be something to do with a family member, but in this case, it's the company. So we use this as a simple example. So it arises, right?
Yeah.
Can you see it? Can you
Yes.
see it?
Yes.
Is it clear?
No.
No,
There's
right.
there
What is it? What is it like? Describe to me
it's a
its
little
color.
hazy and there are like it's like a cloud and 10 things are coming towards it. So like my father's health was not very good last week, so when I'm thinking about this there is another thought. So there's an always like uh, should I think about this or should I think about this, because both are priority, and then that kind of I go in a loop constant.
Right. So if you consider the implications of what's happening in your direct experience, then actually it's not just one thought,
Yes,
it's a whole multiplicity of thoughts, right?
exactly.
Goodness gracious, there's all this, in this beautiful garden you've got of the peace in your heart, there are all these other thoughts that are arising out of this garden, right? And
Yeah.
their anxiety about schedules, correct?
Yes.
So the actual, what's the actual thing you're trying to get? Is it peace? Is it happiness? Is it love?
Peace.
Peace,
Internal
right?
peace.
Internal peace, good. And at the moment, that internal peace is being interrupted by this flood
Yes.
of anxiety and so on, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you just, so you can do this with eyes open. Anybody listening can do this very simply with their eyes open. So as you listen to me
Mm-hmm.
and you've got this anxiety, allow it to come up really naturally, like a flower in a garden, where you don't try to block it
Mm-hmm.
and see how long it comes. Just let it come up naturally. So see the schedule with the company. Can you see it there? Don't push it away and don't grasp it either. So you're not averse to it. There's no
Mm-hmm.
aversion and there's no grasping. There's just simply the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the schedule that you're concerned about?
Yeah.
Right. But as a schedule, it's just a schedule, right? There's
Yeah.
no emotion attached to it. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing. It's just some okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let it come up. Don't push it away. Just allow it to be. Make friends with it, because that's essentially what you're wanting to do.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start to make friends with this thought that you've previously had a lot of aversion to, or
Mm-hmm.
you've grabbed onto it and thought, I've got to solve this now.
Yeah.
Instead, what are you doing? You're actually opening to the space of it. You're giving
Yeah.
it some space to breathe. You think that poor little thought who that's been pushed away, thrown around, and also has an accumulation of about 10 other thoughts around it.
Mm-hmm.
You're now just allowing it to effortlessly
Mm-hmm.
liberate, to actually allow it to come up. Can you feel it? Can you
Yeah.
feel it coming up? So I can see
Yes.
you. You're breathing differently. Your
Yes.
eyes are widening, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's something beautiful about that thought if you can liberate it. There's
Yeah.
something incredibly beautiful about allowing this one simple thought that you've had all this aversion and puzzle and anxiety and confusion around. When you actually see it clearly, it's nothing other than a thought
Mm-hmm.
about a schedule,
Yeah.
right? And the thought about the schedule, you and I both know that if you deal with a thought
Mm-hmm.
that is a schedule
Mm-hmm.
with clarity,
Mm-hmm.
right, you can probably solve it. Well, give me one specific thing that you're really anxious about in that schedule.
It's about the product marketing. It's like n- uh people who are working with us, especially for the marketing. I want somebody who captures my essence, why I built this, and just use that essence and take it in front of people. And that is always difficult because I have a lot of emotions, love, a lot of experience of 2 years attached to it, and this is giving me anxiousness that if I can find that one person who can understand my product and portray in a marketing sense to the rest of the world, because I'm not
Ah,
the best with that creative part.
right. And you haven't found this person yet, right?
Yes.
Right. And yet it's quite potentially possible. You'll agree that in this unlimited awareness that we
Hmm.
are, so that's right, understanding that we are unlimited and that
Yes.
our awareness is unlimited, right? I mean,
Hmm.
Ria, you think of the incredible things you've done from the big. Could you have imagined, way
No.
back? We've talked about your sister,
Yes.
right? We've talked about all the things. Could you have imagined this happening?
Never.
No, right? So the most unimaginable things have happened because why? Because back then, what happened? What did you tap into that opened this unimaginable opportunity for you? What did you connect with?
I felt helpless and unaware, that I wasn't aware of what's happening with the brain part, and I just wanted to kind of decode it. I wanted to understand it. I wanted to know what is happening, and I wanted to make sure that if something like this is now happening to people, so we can help them. A lot of people are reaching out to us and asking us, this is happening, can you put it in a very simple word, can you help us, can you educate us, like very simple words. They don't want the technical scientific jargon. They just want to understand what is happening, and this is what I wanted to achieve, to be able to help and guide people, tell people what it is in simple words, and help people with this what I am feeling right now, and make this
Right.
something very common.
Right, good, good. Now let this feeling of what you feel right now, this core feeling, allow it to come up. Again, don't push it away
Mm-hmm.
and don't try to grasp it either. Just let it come up effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Liberate it. Allow it. What is that feeling? Is it love for what you do? Is it a
Yes.
is
It's
it? Is that what
gratitude.
it is? Gratitude. Okay. So we now experientially, what we've come to the point is that deep inside you, there's this gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
right? This beautiful garden of gratitude, out
Mm-hmm.
of which all these flowers of gratitude are growing, probably connected with your sister, your
Mm-hmm.
family.
Yes.
So fundamentally, the person that you're wanting to attract that could be listening right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
In the unlimited opportunities that our world offers us
Mm-hmm.
right now, there could be somebody listening. And
Mm-hmm.
the quality that you're looking, in order for you to be able to recognize that marketing person,
Mm-hmm.
they need to have this quality of gratitude, right?
Yes. Yes.
Is that the essence of it?
Yes. Gratitude and
Right.
compassion, because I feel my compassion is my biggest strength.
Your compassion, I agree. I can feel it. It flows out of you, right? So
Thank you.
are you telling me that experientially your biggest strengths actually
Mm-hmm.
are compassion and gratitude?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you so really, we've got past the thought of
Mm-hmm.
anxiety, and
Yes.
we've even dropped this feeling
Mm-hmm.
of anxiety because you've discovered it's not anxiety at all. As you start to liberate it, it's not that at all.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? It's what you just said, right?
Yes.
It's gratitude
Yes.
and compassion.
Passion.
So, in fact, the only thing that you truly, really are experiencing is gratitude and compassion, correct? And
Yes.
when you now is it, just let's explore for a moment. When you go into that,
Mm-hmm.
has has gratitude has gratitude got any limit for it? Where does your gratitude stop? Is it
No.
limited? No,
No.
it's unlimited, right?
It's
What about compassion?
no, it's unlimited. Even if I'm not
Unlimited.
aware about it, even if I am helpless, I can make sure I can talk to people and get them the help. So this gratitude and compassion is, there's no bound and relation to it with the education I have. So it's
So there's
limitless.
no, it's limitless. Oh, it's so beautiful to hear you say that. So
Thank you.
so and you're also telling me, I mean, is there a time restriction on
No.
gratitude? Does it run out at a certain point?
No, no,
No.
it's the other
So
way around. My work can stop, but if somebody wants some information regarding the problem they are going through, that's first. Like, it's irrespective of sales, it's irrespective of my time anxiety, that they have to be helped. Like,
right. So essentially, what you're saying to me is that this essence of who you are, this gratitude and this
yes,
compassion, it's right in the core. You
yes,
can feel it, right? It's you
yes.
can feel it sort of welling up. It's not holding back because it's boundless, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've just told me this
Yes, it's
this
limitless.
gratitude, it's limitless, it's
Yes,
boundless,
less.
it's timeless.
Yes.
Has it got is it in the past?
It's
Is it just in
increased.
the past?
It's increased every day.
Every day. So it's present. Is it present right now?
Yes, yes.
Do you feel when you bring your awareness into where gratitude and compassion actually are, where do you feel it in your body?
Here.
Right here, right?
Yes.
So are you telling me that actually you are boundless,
Mhm.
limitless, and timeless
Mhm.
gratitude and compassion? That's fundamentally the ground of your being.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're also telling me that the person that you're looking to attract, so
Mhm.
the very thing that you're wanting to solve is actually right here in your heart.
Yes.
The heart, your heart. Do you agree that like when we go into a room full of people and let's say we're thinking about anger
Mhm.
and people pick up this feeling, this
Mhm.
resonance, right?
Mhm.
So correct. So
Yeah.
we and the same thing works in if we're expressing gratitude and compassion. What
Yeah.
do people pick up from us?
Gratitude and
Gratitude.
compassion.
Right. What you're telling me is this boundless, timeless, infinite being that you
Mhm.
are, that's filled with gratitude and compassion. That in fact, that is the very thing that you're looking for in a marketing person.
Yes.
Is right. So
Yes.
if you are currently advertising for a marketing person and you're putting out, salary, $100,000,
Uh,
I want somebody with a degree in, marketing. In fact, you're not looking for that person. You're
yes.
actually looking for somebody who has boundless gratitude,
Oh my God.
infinite
Yeah.
compassion, Oh yeah, oh my God, right? You suddenly realize it, right?
Yeah.
There's suddenly an awareness that arises in you. You think, oh, and
I've
not
been
only
putting it
that,
all wrong.
yes, but well, in a way, you've been putting it all right because
Yeah.
what you're looking for is right here and now,
Yeah.
right? You just told me where do you feel
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Here, right?
Yes.
I can tell you, everybody listening to this can actually feel you right now. I can feel it. I can feel your gratitude and compassion, this boundless nature of being. And fundamentally, so what you've discovered experientially is that right here and now, that your heart,
Mm-hmm.
which is unraveling,
Yeah.
those thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of allowing those thoughts to pull you out of
Mm-hmm.
this gratitude and compassion,
Mm-hmm.
what if you were to unhook your awareness from this? Quite often, where do
Yeah.
you, most of the time when you're in business, where do you find yourself operating from? Are you looking
Yeah.
from here? Right here. I see it, right? So
Yeah.
what if you were to, and you told me that the infinite in gratitude and compassion that not only you are,
Yeah.
but you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
where is it?
Here too.
Okay, so put one hand to connect. Show me where you're normally operating from. There,
Here.
yeah, there. I noticed that lovely fret. Here. I really get that. And where is the actual source,
Yeah.
the awareness of right now? So what happens if you drop your awareness out of here? So you just try it. Even just try closing your eyes for a minute. Anybody doing this with us can try it because sometimes it helps if you touch the part where you feel. So I'm going to get you to gently let go. So close your eyes. Keep your hand there. So you're going to gently drop your awareness down. You're going to unhook it. That's it. Yep. Even bring the hand down. Beautiful. Drop it down and connect it into the heart. And then hold it there when you feel it really connected. That's it. Hold it and breathe. And allow that really deep sense of infinite awareness that is gratitude and compassion, unending gratitude and compassion. You're never in contact with anything other than that. You simply are that boundless compassion and that boundless gratitude at all times. To stay in that awareness. So let's try a little experiment. Can you feel it? Just nod if you can feel that. You can feel it? Okay. Now what I want you to do is simply open your eyes and keep the gaze very, very still, but stay in that gratitude and that compassion in your heart. So stay there. Keep the eyes open. Now look at the surrounding space and see it not as empty, but as filled with gratitude and compassion, as if this gratitude and compassion saturates everything. It's not just in your heart, it's all around you. It's in, look over the screen, like don't look into the screen. So if you're listening to us, don't look at the screen as you're doing this with Ria. Go beyond the screen. See the entire space of the room filled with gratitude and compassion, like there's no inside and no outside. There simply is just gratitude and compassion. So feel it. You can actually feel it in the heart. There's kind of this bubbling, this
Yeah.
joy, right? Do you feel what I'm
It's a
feeling?
warm feeling.
It's a warmth, right? So go deeper into that. What's that warmth? Has that warmth got any boundary to it?
Mm.
Has it got any past?
Mm.
Has it got any future?
Mm.
No?
Yeah, it just seems to get like sun.
Like the sun. Oh,
Yes.
so it's like the sun shining in your. I can see the sun on your face already, and this beautiful smile. So stay there, stay and keep breathing. See as you. So it's in the heart now, and it's expanding out. So notice especially the feeling of where you're looking from. Perhaps you're looking now from the heart more than from the space between the eyebrows
Yes.
that you mentioned before. So feel in behind the heart, feel in behind, and then feel, so you can close your eyes, and everybody doing this with Ria can close their eyes too. So feel behind the heart, feel this gratitude and compassion starting to fill the heart. And now let the awareness expand to your peripheries. So left and right, Gratitude and compassion are extending simultaneously out to the left and right, to the left and right, and then slowly at first, and then also extend this gratitude and compassion behind you to the objects behind you in your room, out beyond that. Extend it into the space behind you so that it's filled up with gratitude and compassion. And then you've said it was boundless, so open boundlessly. And you said it was timeless, so let it be timelessly expanding, like a vast open sky. Like you said, it's like the sun shining in the vast open sky, as big and natural and as effortless as possible. So there's this beauty, this grace, this space. And beyond that, there's this infiniteness. So just let go for a moment of all control. You can either hold your hands tightly on your heart or loosely, or let them fall into your lap, because what you're discovering is this awareness, this beautiful awareness of compassion and gratitude that's already aware. It's already aware. It is your ground of being. It's this open awareness, this open heart. It's gratitude and compassionate awareness, already aware by itself. And Ria, it's always been aware. It's empty of all concepts. It's empty of any past or any future. In fact, you could say it fills up the past and fills up the future because it goes on endlessly. It's gone on, it's not attached to any idea. There's no identity, there's no thought it's attached to because it's unborn. It's been there. You, that essential nature, that awareness of gratitude and compassion has been there, unborn and never dying. It's simply empty of any substance. It is a feeling of pure gratitude and compassion. It's not tied to any thought. It's not bound by anything. It's incredibly subtle and light and clear and formless and vast. It's like grace. It's almost like you feel grace flowing in and out of your heart. And all the people listening are connecting with the same grace, same exquisite formlessness, the same wakefulness, as if they're living from this awareness. They're suddenly living as you're living from this infinite gratitude and compassion that arises in the heart. And now you relax awareness enough with your eyes closed, and anybody else listening can do this. You relax awareness enough to let those thoughts of concern that you had around the company arise this time, but arise from this ocean of infinite gratitude and compassion. So see the thoughts or the feelings as they arise from this awareness and see what happens to them. See this view. It's a whole different view of open and spacious and graceful life. It's living life from this infinite gratitude and compassion. So there's no inside and outside. You're actually aware from this ground of infinite compassion and gratitude for everything. So when you go deeply into it and you look at the thoughts, you look for the identity, the one that created those thoughts, it's not there. There's only this gratitude and compassion. It's the ground of your being. The identity that was anxious is no longer there to be found. The one that was seeking that marketing person is no longer there because the gratitude and the compassion is already there, aware by itself. It's so effortless. I mean, you've known this before you were ever in a body. You'll know this throughout all time and beyond that because you've got this open heart. You've dropped from that headspace where you're in that busy business mind and you've dropped it into the space of this heart, the heart that's open, and you're now living and looking and feeling from this open-hearted gratitude and compassion, this infinite, as you said, this boundless, this gratitude and compassion that's everywhere. And so when you look, so slowly, now open your eyes, and as you open your eyes, you realize there's no inside or outside. There's just simply, you're looking with the eyes of gratitude, right? You're looking and feeling with the mind and heart of gratitude and compassion.
Yes. Now I don't have any thought. I just feel a little, I have a feeling of love towards family. This is
Beautiful.
this is what I've like feeling right now. All the business thought has gone, and now all I'm feeling is like just relaxed and happy that I'm home and everything is good.
Beautiful. So what you're telling me is that your essential nature is relaxed, happy, and
Yes.
everything is good. And
Yes.
that your essential indivisible nature is infinite gratitude and timeless, boundless compassion, right?
Yes.
What
Yes.
a what a remarkable discovery. Do you realize that in that
Hmm.
experiential discovery, you've discovered that you're never apart from that,
Yeah.
right? But when you move up and into this phase where you're in this business looking for this marketing person, and I've
Yes.
got all these schedules and I've got a dozen other things, and
Yeah.
then simply, what did you do? What did you do, Ria? How did you get to that place of infinite love and or infinite compassion and gratitude?
Just deep breathing, like that was kind of helping me kind of, address one thought at a time, like surpass it, and then kind of just address it and just accept it and then like move on. Not move on,
And
but
move
I
on.
don't know the word for it, like
Let it go.
l-
Surrender. Open
exactly,
up to
surrender.
surrender. Ah,
Yeah.
so in fact, what you've discovered most crucially is that your cues, because it's probably subtly different for everybody listening, but
Yes.
your cues, if I get it
Yeah.
correctly, are deep breathing,
Yes.
and then a sense of turning inwards,
Yes.
and then surrender, dropping,
Exactly.
letting go. Is that right?
Exactly. Yes.
Have I said it correctly?
Yes.
So what you've discovered is some pretty remarkable things. One is that the ground of your being is infinite and timeless, and you're
Mm-hmm.
never separate from it
Yes.
because you realize that you were that very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And that gratitude and that ground of your being, that
Mm-hmm.
infinite, timeless gratitude and compassion are already there,
Mm-hmm.
but they have cloud that they're like the sky. You actually mentioned the sun. They're the
Yes.
sun
Yeah.
shining from this beautiful heart of yours, and the sky is already clear. But then the identity, the part of you we called Ria, who believes
Yes.
that she's got to find a marketing person and solve all the company. She's out there busy here.
Yes, with
You
the
know,
cloud.
I'll use your face. That's what she's here looking for the marketing person. And that person actually is simply a thought at the
Mm-hmm.
moment because you already discovered the infinite ground of your being. You
Yeah.
discovered naturally who you are as relaxed,
Mm-hmm.
happy, family
Yes.
person.
Yes.
And then you've discovered that the way to that boundless being
Mm-hmm.
is breathing,
Mm-hmm.
like pranayama, and surrender. That's simple.
Yeah.
Turning inward, looking
Yes.
for any kind of substantial thoughts. They're not there. Like you said, you found that they kind of went and
Yes.
you use the word bypass them.
Yes.
You, oh,
Yes,
and
exactly. They
then
just
here
go
you
away.
are. They just go away. So it's interesting, isn't it? When you discover that they just go away, you start to realize the insubstantial nature of things,
Yeah.
the impermanent nature of
Mm-hmm.
things. And then you realize that there is this ground of being that you fundamentally operate from that's incredibly simple. And we just lose sight of it, right?
Yeah.
We just sometimes don't remember. We
Wow.
forget to be aware.
Yeah. Yes. It's
What
it's
remarkable discoveries you've made. Are you the, it's I think it's so beautiful that we make these together because this is not just about us.
yeah.
This is about everybody who's
Everyone's watching
listening
this.
is tuning into this awareness, to this discovery of awareness, to this beautiful garden
Mm-hmm.
of gratitude and compassion that you actually are, with all these beautiful flowers growing out of this naturally, like
Mm-hmm.
relaxation, family, and peace, and that they're being watered with
Mm-hmm.
breath and with surrender.
Mm-hmm.
And the other things are just like clouds that pass across, and you don't need to be attached to them. You don't need to go out from that garden
Yes.
of gratitude and compassion, especially
Yes.
in your position. You've got such a I mean, how do we better serve the world? Do we serve the world better through anxiety
No.
and no, or gratitude and compassion, right?
Gratitude.
So you found your, because you're the CEO, right, of the
Yeah.
company. So
COO.
you found CEO, CEO. So it's like you are the compassionate executive officer. That's really what C stands for, right? And you could probably make it, a CGEO, the compassionate
Gratitude officer.
gratitude of,
I like that. I actually like that. I think I'm gonna take that action.
I think you got to change all your business cards, change the way that
Yes.
people address you, because if they call you a CGO, a
Hmm.
compassionate gratitude officer, then you're going to be reminded every day of the ground of your being.
Yeah.
And there's going to be incredible, and people will come into your company, and the marketing person you're looking for will come to the job for the interview. They'll pick up your card and they'll go, Ria, this is me, compassionate, gratitude. I'm that. So you'll know. You won't have to
Hmm.
do anything. You'll never have to worry about it. The extraordinary magnetism and the infinite potential of the ground of your gratitude and compassion will attract that person. And in fact, when you think about it, right, the anxiety and this suffering that we're
Hmm.
so habitually
Hmm.
drawn into, the
Hmm.
anxiety, what does that do? Does that tend to attract things, or does it kind of cut them off?
Cut them off.
Yeah, right. So the anxiety is not doing the compassionate, great, the CGO any
Hmm.
good at all. So
Yeah.
you start to realize, oh, I've got to water my garden every morning with some breathing, with some surrender,
Hmm.
and with getting to know the garden of my being again, with watering my garden with compassionate gratitude, being grateful for my family, being grateful for the world, being grateful for animal, all the beautiful things. Like if I asked you straight now, like what are three things you're really grateful for? Tell me, tell me what are three
Uh,
things you're grateful
my family's health.
for. Yep.
Uh, my sister, because she's,
Yeah.
I feel, the essence of my being now. And just just everything being going good. Like, I just, for love.
For love.
For love.
Beautiful. So anybody who's listening can do the same thing, right? So every morning they can wake up, and if the very first thing you do is you bring your attention not to the schedule, not to anything that you're concerned about, but
Hmm.
simply to these three things that you're grateful for,
Hmm.
what do you think that does to your ground of being? What do you think in terms of a garden? What do you think it
It
will do if
it's impacting the way I want to make decisions right now. So whatever we did right now, I think this has become way more personal, and it's nice because it's the perfect way to showcase, because now I was I was making all my decisions based on the anxiety which wanted me to hurry things, and now I want to change that, and I want to relax and make sure whatever I do, whoever I search for, whatever I do is always with gratitude, but whoever I search for, who has to be a part of Neuphony, has to not come from a professional skills, but from compassionate and gratitude skills, because
yes,
this is what the entity and the company actually stands for. And I feel I have to tweak the way I make every decision, and let my anxiety to rest, and let my compassion to kind of rise up and take the decisions.
right, right. And a simple way of you checking that, and anybody who's listening checking that, is if you've done the exercise and you've found, oh, actually it's more heart-based when I'm truly in the ground of my being rather than here,
Yeah.
then during the day you've got a decision, it comes across your desk, you take a conscious pause,
Hmm. Yeah.
you look at the decision, you drop into the heart, you
Yes.
give gratitude for it, and you feel deep compassion for whoever, and you make the decision from that ground rather than here,
Yeah.
which with all those busy thoughts. So it's, I agree with you. It, people who come to Neuphony will feel that essence instead
Yes.
of feeling, oh, they're all stressed out because they're worried about they'll feel, oh, gratitude. Oh, I feel so
Yes.
much peace here. I
Yeah.
feel there's an openness, there's
Mhm.
so much compassion that's flowing through this company. So you could literally change your entire ground of the company and how it operates by being
Yes.
the CGO.
Yes, by being the CGO. I am actually gonna take this up. I am changing. I'm glad I was on the verge of just getting the business cards printed.
You were. Well, there you go.
Yes.
See, but do you see how things happen perfectly like that? Like
Yes.
when you open to that infinite,
Yes.
timeless, compassionate,
The,
grateful
being aware.
ground, then
Yeah.
I suddenly come in and suggest something to you seemingly randomly, but
Yeah.
probably,
Perfectly.
in some realm that we existed at some point of existence,
Hmm.
we made this agreement. And I said, Ria, I'm just going to pop in. We'll just do a little interview. And right at the right time, I'll just remind you, CGO. And you'll
Yes.
go, oh, that's right. That's what the
Exactly.
company's about.
Yes. You know these things, you feel these things, but your thoughts kind of like are the clouds that hover over and kind of suppress it some days. But
Yeah.
it's perfect. I just forgot about the live and everybody watching us and kind of it just but it's
I'm
perfect.
sure. Look, this is what it's about, right? I mean,
Exactly.
in my practices, I deal with lots of different executives,
Hmm.
directors, people in very high positions. Over the years that I've done all the kinds of consulting and
Hmm.
Vedic astrology and all sorts of other guidance, I've had people, politicians, sports stars, all
Hmm.
Hollywood stars,
Yeah.
all of people from
People.
all walks of life, people who come in on off the street because they're just simply worried about their day. My next door neighbor,
Yeah.
the person who runs the local supermarket. It's all range and breadth of age. I've
Hmm.
I've done work for people not born yet and people who are dying. It's
Yeah.
all We're all that same indivisible, limitless, love,
Yeah.
compassion, clarity,
Yes.
gratitude. We are that. That's
Yeah.
what our world is waking up to. And
Yes.
as you said, like if you start, it's not just the company, but
Hmm.
if you start first thing in the morning, bringing these
Yes.
three things that you're grateful for,
Hmm.
and last thing at night, then your whole day will literally change. And as you go through your day, as often as possible, you stop. You just take one simple conscious breath. So do it now, and anybody who's listening can do it. You take one simple conscious breath. You bring to mind like a trinity, like these beautiful three things that you're grateful for.
Hmm.
And simply you're bringing into your conscious awareness, you're starting to saturate or marinate in
Yeah.
gratitude.
Yeah.
Right? You're
Yes.
starting to become that ocean of being.
Hmm.
You're flipping your awareness from having been out and gone connected here,
Here.
there to here. I just love that. Look, that was perfect. For what we're doing, that was absolutely perfect. So
All
look,
right.
I've got to say, I feel so grateful for you. That was You couldn't have, it's not about me or you, it's
Yeah.
about us. And it's
Yes.
not about us
It's about
as in
us.
here, but it's about us, the collective. All your potential clients, marketing executives, company people, everybody who's listening, it's about a oneness of that. We are not separate.
Yeah.
Humanity is not a divisive
Just
group. It is an indivisible group. It is
exactly.
indivisible, limitless. And the moment we start to operate from that, the moment we start to understand that that's where we're coming from, the opportunities are endless, right? I mean,
Yes.
you've said it yourself. You look at how this wonderful company was started. I
Yeah.
mean, it started from what? From your passion, your
Love,
gratitude,
emotion.
right?
Yeah.
Your
Gratitude.
love, right? So
Yes.
where are you going to find a marketing executive? From love.
Love.
That's the place you're going to find it from the same source
Hmm.
that you actually started this company.
Hmm.
So long as you don't forget that, so long as your awareness is always connected with this love,
Hmm.
with this heart,
Hmm.
with this open-hearted awareness, the company is going to flourish because that's what people will feel. So anybody who is actually tuning into us right now, they're not going to feel a whole lot of data. They're not going to feel a whole lot of technique. They're going to feel love. They're going to feel compassion. And they're going to feel your gratitude. And that is a priceless gift. I can't think of any garden I would rather stand in than the garden of your heart. Why would anybody not want to come to Neuphony to receive love, gratitude, and compassion?
Yes.
That's, you are that, right?
Yes. Yes.
You are that.
Yes. Oh
You
my God.
literally are that.
Thank you so, so much, Stephen. I cannot even express in words, like, not with regards to the life, but this is just very not overwhelming, it's very calming, not overwhelming, calming. And it's nice because it this is the best way to express to people what we should be in life, because we always say that once you are mindful, there is a better sense of community, because then you not only change your life, you also change the life of people around you. And this is the thing we speak. So it's perfect. Thank you so much for this. I cannot even now think of the questions that I had in mind.
That's exactly right. Because you're now living and being from that garden of gratitude and compassion. Look,
Yes.
that's the gift. The questions are not important.
Exactly.
Just in the same. So that's what's happening. You wanted, in a way, a kind of an
Yes.
advertisement or a promotion for Neuphony or whatever. But
Yes.
no, you realize that that's
Yes.
not what it's about. You
Yes.
realize that once you're that essence, that flower of
Mhm.
love and gratitude and compassion, Ria,
Yes.
that's your best marketing tool of all time, right?
Yes.
Because it's
Yes.
timeless.
Yes,
It
it's
has no
timeless.
limit. It
And
has
once
no
you
limit.
feel that, then everything kind of becomes sidelined, because people ask me how we are able to manage like what we do, because me and Bhavya have been doing this for 2 years. We didn't have a team, and now only we started to hire people. And he has his masters in the side, I have my work, but I think we both are able to do this because of the compassion we have towards this topic and about making a change in this field. And that's why I think then everything, your time, your timelines, everything kind of seems like, yes, we can deal with it, we just have to do with a nice intention in a heart.
Right. So whenever you have a board meeting,
Yes.
a director's meeting, you
Yes.
sit down, say
Yes.
to everybody, right, I want to hear three
I am gonna do that
gratitude,
every day.
right? Right? Three
Yes.
things that you're grateful for. So you
Yes.
start with gratitude. And then at the end of it, you finish with, so what's one thing we could do that would be compassionate
Yes.
towards our clients, towards it?
Yes.
And there's a whole different way that a company operates when they actually operate from that ground of being, because essentially you are the company, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
you're the flower that has this incredible perfume, this melody, this
Yes.
extraordinary essence that people are breathing when they come to Neuphony. What do they smell? They smell the essence of your heart,
Mm-hmm.
which is love, which is
Yeah.
gratitude, which is compassion. So if they say, oh, how does that operate? How does your company operate? And if you give them sales figures, they go, oh, yeah, yeah. But if you say, well, actually, every company meeting, we start with what we're grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing we're grateful for is, of course, each other. And then we're grateful for
Definitely.
clients like you.
Yes.
And we thank people like you every single day
Yeah.
we have a meeting. And when we finish, we think about ways that we can bring compassion
Mm-hmm.
to our clients, because we want them to feel what we feel about the company.
Yeah.
And that's the way you build a culture, an entire culture of beauty and grace. It's like a symphony. It's like you're
Yes.
composing music together, and each of
Exactly.
you has a beautiful part to play. You're each
Mm-hmm.
an instrument in the orchestra. It's
Yes.
a dance, right? It's a dance of life.
And that's why
It
actually Neuphony is Neuphony, because it brings neurons and euphony, which is music, because that's what we feel and think about.
right. Right. So if you, isn't this amazing, right? Then you can think to yourself, why don't I establish the company and why doesn't Neuphony, if it's about neurons and about music, why don't I bring music into the boardroom or into my company,
Yes.
so that people start to realize that they're part of an orchestra. They're each playing different instruments,
Mm-hmm.
and each one of them has a certain melody. So you find the melody of people's hearts. and you sing to that.
Exactly.
Your whole, that's what you're doing with Neuphony. That's
Yes.
why people are attracted to it, because of music. But
Yes.
it's not just the external music out there, which
No.
is a bit like the external tour. It's about the music in
Finding your
here,
the
you
internal
know?
rhythm.
Right, right. Because what you're doing, you're actually helping people to sing the song of their hearts.
Yes.
What do they want? They want to put on a device. Do they
Mm-hmm.
want to just have a device that stimulates their brains in ways that they don't
No,
know? No.
no.
What do they want? Well, what
They
do they really want?
find their core ground, find their
Yeah,
base, find their feel grounded basically. That's what I'm
right.
feeling right now. And I want people to feel that and kind of see where come to their true essence basically.
Beautiful, beautiful. And their true essence, because you're using music, can also be, you could use a phrase like that. Neuphony is the song of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Neuphony wakes up the melody that
Mm-hmm.
you've been searching for, because
Yeah.
it's the melody you've been searching for is seeking you, right?
And it's
It's
actually inside you.
always inside there. That's right. And if all of the company has this kind of understanding,
Mm-hmm.
then everybody who comes to Neuphony goes, you can't believe this device. I put it on and I suddenly feel like I can hear my heart. I can hear what my heart and my brain are
Mm-hmm.
trying to do,
Do.
because they go and they move into synchrony, they move into coherence,
Yeah.
and the device helps me to
Mm-hmm.
find the song of my heart. It helps me to find my true path. And as you said, it helps me to find my true ground. It
Yeah.
opens me to infinite awareness. It
Yes.
opens me to my true self.
Yes.
So, yeah. So
Wow.
you've got it.
Wow. I think I have to do rebranding of my brand. Like, I feel it, but I think sometimes we go too technical and then we kind of cover that part. But we have to change. We have to let ourselves like go into the flow,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
if you look at competing brands, right?
Yeah.
You've got a lot of competing brands,
Yeah.
and you do your normal market analysis, and you
Exactly.
say this brand's doing this and this, but then which brand is doing gratitude and compassion? Not many that sit out in the market and sing to me with gratitude and compassion, or sing to me with a song of people's hearts, or sing,
Yeah.
you look at the whole situation at the moment. What
Yes.
are people looking for? They're looking to find stability and ground, because they're unsettled.
Yeah.
The ground they thought they were part of
Mm-hmm.
seems to be all topsy-turvy. And then along comes a company like yours
Mm-hmm.
in the midst of all this uncertainty,
Mm-hmm.
and provides ground,
Yeah.
provides stability,
Mm-hmm.
provides gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
provides love, provides compassion,
Yeah.
provides real. Of course, you've got to get the other things in place as well.
Mm-hmm.
The your own marketing. You've got to know your
Yeah.
markets. You've got to know your people.
Yes.
But the ground on which all this rides is really incredibly simple, because it's the ground of your heart, because it was your heart that started this,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it's your heart that people are going to feel.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Thank you so much, Stephen. This is very nice. I don't have words to kind of say, but I would just say this is just very nice. I don't know now. I am feeling a little low. I'm like, should I continue with the questions? But this is very good. I don't want to change that.
No, no, it's well. See, it's well. That's the thing.
Mhm.
It doesn't change,
Yes.
because we all we've done is we've directly inquired into what the nature of your being is,
Yes.
and we
Yes.
found it's timeless, boundless gratitude and
Yes.
compassion. And if it's timeless and boundless, is it going to change?
No.
No. It's actually your essence.
Yes.
It's the perfume you smelt when you were attracted to this body to come in here as a little baby and
Mm-hmm.
start this and make all these beautiful flowers in your
Mm-hmm.
garden. They all came out of
Yes.
that essential smell of that flower that was right there
Yes.
before the
Mm-hmm.
beginning.
Yes. Okay.
So and you've known that. Yeah.
Yes. So this again helped me decide that I think this is what we truly stand for, and this is what we wanted to do. This is why I started doing the Facebook lives, because we wanted to bring these journeys, these stories, because all we think is people want to be heard and they want to hear. like really hear what people are saying and listen to them from their inner heart to what is happening, to correlate with people and their journeys and understand. That's why I started these lives in April, because I wanted to bring this. And I don't want to go into the technicalities of it. We will schedule another live for that. But this is the core essence of why I did this. So I'm gonna stop here. And if I just so hope everybody enjoyed this. I I have to say I enjoyed it the most. I think this is the best live I have ever done. This is just amazing. Thank you so much, Stephen, for doing this, for being you, for helping so many people. There are different groups where Stephen shares his journey. There is Raising Your Vibrations, Heart Mind Alchemy Lab. Everybody, please do check out these groups, because you'll find so many more people Stephen has coached, so many more people who are like Stephen. And it's just the most amazing community I've been a part of since the past 2 months. Thank you so much, Stephen, for joining us. Thank you everybody for watching us and being a part of our journey today. All the videos for today will be on our YouTube, Facebook, and our website, www.neuphony.com. thank you
Right.
for Thank you, Stephen.
Much love to you for
Much
your
love.
beautiful heart. It's your gratitude and your compassion that I'm honored and that I bow humbly to. I'm kneeling at your feet and my forehead is touching your toes in gratitude for who you are.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.